and has now been a staff member for 1 year. He's a 2-time cancer survivor, so yay, congratulations. 7 years old and 23 years old. So I'm just going to turn over to you and let you talk about Camp Goodtimes.
Thank you. Hi. Forgive the notes. I'm going to refer to them a lot because, well, they're eloquent. Douglas Adams once wrote, "I may not have gone where I intended to go, but I think I have ended up where I needed to be." I feel that these... Excuse me. Should have practiced. Okay.
Doing fine.
I feel that these words apply to Camp Goodtimes in a number of ways. Good, I have 10 minutes, right? All right.
You're good.
For the campers, they never intended, rather themselves or their siblings, to go through cancer. They never intended to have to deal with the ramifications of such a disease hitting their family.
That was a hard one.
Thank you. Yeah. That's it. That's good.
We're with you, buddy.
And that's it for good Camp Goodtimes. All right, no. For the parents, there's the intention of only wanting to do good for their children. Parents intend to care and provide. Sorry. They intend to care and provide for the children above everything else. They want nothing more than protect them from any form of harm or pain in any way that they can. So they never have to see their child like that. My story is not a unique one. It's been told many, many times over for many, many years. At 7, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I just started first grade, and already I was forced to grow up and be more adult than my peers. That didn't last long. In first grade, my friends' parents would come into our class and show us what they did for a living, firemen, archaeologists, whatever. My mom would come in and show the kids what cancer was doing to me. Needless to say, it kind of made me stand out a bit. That's one of the effects that cancer has that not many people talk about. It prevents you from blending in. And that hurts a lot.
You still don't blend, hero.
I went to camp the first time when I was a teenager. By then I'd grown up a bit. The cancer had gone into remission and I'd found my friends again. I was trying to be more normal at that point. None of them understood, though, what being a cancer survivor meant. None of them knew what it was like to be bald in elementary school. Everyone would point out my port scars on my torso in gym class, and those old wounds would just be reopened. Again. And that is why camp is important. Camp Goodtimes brings me to tears. No. Camp Goodtimes gives us a place to go where we don't have to hide our port scars. We get to compare them. Camp Goodtimes gives us a place where being bald is always in fashion. Just ask Putt-Putt. Camp Goodtimes gives us a place where we need to be. Last year, I was diagnosed with a completely unrelated case of Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now, I come from a family of recovering addicts. Drugs, alcohol run very strong in my family. So, after almost 13 years of remission, I basically felt like I'd fallen off the wagon. But I was one of the lucky ones. I had gone to camp. I reconnected. I reconnected with old camp friends. Camp friends who have been through exactly what I've been through. And I'm not talking about, oh, cancer, no, exactly what I've been through. It helped me get through it again. Knowing that when I was done with chemo, that I would get to go back to camp as staff and get the opportunity to make the same difference in somebody else's life kept me fighting. June 2009 was my first camp session as staff. I was 3 weeks out of radiation. but I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Cancer is never anybody's intention. Cancer is a blight on our lives. Nobody in this room would argue that, but as long as places like Camp Goodtimes are around, cancer doesn't win.
Excellent.